What is up, everyone? Matha's Nova's son, hashtag Baka Man of the Baka family of the Bakaverse, the Baka King, and all things known as Baka here. I'm here with, well, first and foremost, sorry I haven't been recording or so for, years? No, not years. A few months, 3 months, tops, probably. I don't know. I didn't keep count. I've been busy. I had school. On top of that, I was very lazy, so I apologize yet again. So from what I've seen, we've almost reached 500 subos, and I'm honestly quite shocked because, well, I didn't think my channel would get this much support. To be fair, it was just something I was doing, well, for the heck of it, to be honest. Now, with all that out the way, I'm gonna be doing something different. Not too different. It's still gonna be like what ifs, but they're gonna be more, well, as some would say, fan based. Meaning a lot of it's going to be how I think things would happen and different, like, parts of stories playing along. Like how Anime X does his things and friggin' all the good stuff. If anyone's ever seen Naruto the Golden Fox fan story there, then you know what I mean. Or if anyone's seen the a story untold by friggin' Beyond plus Ultraman, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be doing that. If words work with me, I'm gonna be doing stuff like that or close to it. If I can, I will be more active if I can. Like I said. So, to start off my return, I'm gonna be doing a redo of. Well, it's not necessarily gonna be a redo. Is Yeah, it's gonna be a redo of what if Deku was Gilgamesh. No, I'm not gonna be doing a redo of what if Deku was Gilgamesh. Instead, I'm gonna be doing what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Gilgamesh. That's right, I said reincarnation. Not what if he was. I'm saying what if he was the reincarnation of Gilgamesh. Boys! Now, I would start off the story with Nine Tails attacking the village, but hell nah. I ain't going to start it off with that shit. Forget I said anything. Instead, we're going to be starting the story off in a the battle where Gilgamesh has finally died. So now let's see, how am I gonna do this? I got it. So if I remember correctly, Naruto's timeline was, well, they had a little bit of technology, not too much. They didn't have phones or anything like that. They sent messages through birds. So there's no cars, none of that good stuff. So about, say, some somewhere getting pretty close to our timeline. Well, not our time period, but let's just say it's somewhere between 1000 during like medieval ages and our technology age. Somewhere like directly in between there. That time frame. Now, now that I got the time period established, we're going to go a little bit further back from in between the medieval ages of where Naruto is right now. Well, the in between medieval and tech age, because I don't know where Naruto's time age is. It's probably the time of Iron or something. I forget. Well, not that I forget, I just don't know in general. I never bothered looking into that. Probably should. Anyways, we're going to go smack dab into the medieval ages with knights and kings, monarchs, queens, all that good stuff. To where Gilgamesh was alive and well and prosperous and being a good king, great leader, everybody would follow him to the end. And this is the king himself, Gilgamesh, is Naruto's great, however many greats you want to place, grandfather. Why? Well, he has blonde hair and red eyes, and I'm like, huh. When Naruto's in Kyuubi mode, he looks an awful lot like Gilgamesh, and I'm like, why don't I just do that? And then this came up to my head. Why didn't anyone think of this? But now that I think about it, Naruto's more rambunctious. He's headstrong. He doesn't really think a lot, to be fair. In other words, he's like the complete opposite of Gilgamesh. Everybody hates him, while for Gilgamesh, everybody loves him. Naruto doesn't think. As for Gilgamesh, he can come up with strategies on the fly. He has a lot of charisma, but Gilgamesh has more charisma. Let's just be fair. That's the only thing Naruto and Gilgamesh will ever have in common. 4, Naruto is a team player, and nobody really followed him until, like, Shippuden. As for Gilgamesh, at birth, he had people, like, following him. Because everybody loved him, so since Naruto is going to be the reincarnation of Gilgamesh, let's just say he's going to have that aura to where people don't hate him, but they don't like him either. He's going to be like that in between. Because, well, like I said, Gilgamesh had this aura of a leader, a king. Everybody followed him, respected, and loved him, like, off rip. Hell, he even gained the, well, granted, he had to gain honor he had to gain some loyalty from a few opponents, but, hey, all's well that ends well, am I right? As for, now, Gilgamesh's aura is going to counteract a lot of the negativity Naruto gets later on. No, very early in the story, so, like, he's not going to be hated as much, but he's not going to be liked either. He's like that in-between guy. He's kind of like Shikamaru, to be fair. Nobody likes him, but nobody just hates him either. So, well, that's a bad way of putting it. He's like, say, no, not Sasuke, because everybody loves Sasuke. He's everyone's favorite Uchiha. I don't get that, like, at all. The dude friggin' left the fucking village on his own accord to gain power. Like, what the hell? And I saw a YouTuber that, made a story like that. Actually, it was, Anime X, I believe, that did the Golden Fox story. No, it wasn't Anime X. It was someone. I forget. But, when they did that story, they made a very, very, very valid point. Sasuke left, betrayed the village. Well, and, like, everybody still hated Naruto, regardless of everything he's done for the village. He saved the village from the sand attack, first and foremost. He went to get Tsunade to become the next Hokage. Not only that, he tried to get Sasuke back, but Sasuke beat him, left of his own accord, and he just went back to the village and promised to keep trying to get Sasuke back. And on top of doing all that, people hated him and kept hating him for no reason. Honestly, it pissed me off. I'm just being fair. Like, what the hell, guys? Literally, what the fresh hell? The least you could do is give him some sort of respect. He's done all this grip for you, and all you do to pay him back is literally put him down even more. And on top of that, banish him? Really? Seriously. Like, the village, that village must not be thinking, like, at all. Like, seriously. And the topping of the ice cream, Sasuke comes back in the village fully, open armsly accepting him. Like, wow. Wow. Really? To be fair, if I was Naruto, I would have destroyed that bloody village. I'm just being fair. Because, like, they're gonna treat me like absolute garbage despite all the stuff I've done for them. And accepts the traitor with open arms and is willingly to accept him becoming Hokage. Except the one person that's done everything in his power to keep the village safe and prosperous. Or even on top of that topping, Minato wanted his son to be revered to as a hero for being the container of Kurama. And that doesn't even happen. Like, and this is what I don't really get. The head clan members of the top clans and the clans and head clans of the council, they know that Minato was Naruto's father and wanted him to be revered to as a hero. But they hated him. And they kept shunning him. For no reason. Like, really? Like, really? You guys are gonna hate this kid. The kid that literally saved the village, not even twice, but like his entire life. And accept a traitor. A true traitor. That, even after learning the truth from his brother, was planning on destroying the place. At least Naruto had more self-control than that. At least he had more self-control. Ugh. People calling Naruto the freaking bad guy. Man, that village deserves to burn. It really does. Well, anyway, with Gilgamesh, that ain't happening. Instead, and now that I think about it, Hokage is considered technically king. So with Gilgamesh being reincarnated as Naruto, that seems pretty ironic, because if I remember, Naruto does become Hokage eventually. So yeah. Boom. Anyways, so let's go ahead and go to the 900 years ago. Go to the 900 years ago when Gilgamesh dies fighting a neighboring kingdom by himself, might I add, or fighting another hero. Well, no, scratch that. I might have Gilgamesh be fighting 10 heroes. He's gonna be fighting Archer, Saber, Ninja, Hercules? No, the anti-demigod, that guy. Shit. Lancer, that's one. Haven't seen Fate Stay Night in so long. So let's just say he fights them 5 in the weaker versions of them five. Because apparently in Fate Stay Night, there's like another bloody universe where there's like different versions of the legendary heroes. So yeah, let's just say he fought the original Gilgamesh. By the way, fights them five. No, in the like four copies in the copy of him. That that's much better. I can deal with that. Now I should probably do this real quick. Hold on. All right. All right, y'all. I'm back. Sorry, I had to write down Gilgamesh's powers real quick because I like legit forgot. And now that I think about it, he doesn't really have any powers. It's mostly the Key of King's Law that can only be used by him. But I also found a picture that also proves my point that Gilgamesh looks a lot like Naruto. Now, take hint of the golden hair and the red eyes. The red eyes look almost like Kurama's eyes if you look closely enough. See the red little slit right there? Yeah. Now look at Naruto. You cannot say that's not a coincidence. You honestly cannot say that's not a coincidence. You honestly can't. Now, now because of that, I'm gonna give Kurama a tiny bit of knowledge about Gilgamesh, and I'm also retcon it to that Gilgamesh might have been Kurama's container long ago, because remember, tail beasts have lived for much longer, and a lot of people say that Kushina was the first, but you never actually know. So yeah. Yeah. So Kushina will still be technically considered the first, but yeah. Yeah. Let's now. I'm also gonna retcon it to where Gilgamesh is as old as Kurama, mostly through his soul, at least through reincarnations. He's still been alive, but apart from that, mm-mm. Now let's say one incident. Gilgamesh has not. Well, there has not been another soul like Gilgamesh that Kurama hasn't been able to meet in a while, so he thinks that Gilgamesh has finally died, and has also thought that Gilgamesh might have been one of the more stubborn humans he's ever met in his life, until he meets Kushina, and then he gets like this little bit of familiarity, and he's like, this feels familiar. Where have I felt this kind of aura before? And oh yeah, I almost forget. We're gonna start at the Nine Tails attack, boys. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that shit, but I mean, come on. Minato and Kushina have to die somehow, and it's sure as hell not gonna be of old age. They're still way too young for that. Third, probably, but there's not Naruto's father, so yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be during the 99 that the 99 test attack. Now, as we all know the truth of what happened through the Nine Tails attack, the Kurama was actually controlled by the masked man who calls himself Madara, but as we all know is actually Obito or Toby. Anyways, yeah. So Minato does his signature throw the flying Raijin at the dude's face, let it phase through, teleport to the back of him, and slam a Rasengan in his back technique. I don't know what to call that, but all I know is that Obito was hurting. That's all I know. That dude wasn't walking for a few weeks or months. That I know for a fact. He can't be walking after taking a hit like that. He just can't. But yeah, after the massive oof, Kurama was finally free. He's like, oh, I can finally control myself. Wait, people are attacking me. Die! Repeatedly throws the tail beast, proceeds to throw a tail beast bomb at literally everyone. And then, after his humongo tail beast bomb gets redirected by Minato like an absolute champion, Kurama feels that similar aura again. But this time it's around not. But when he looks now to see where that aura is coming from, he sees baby Naruto and he's like, son of a. Gilgamesh, you're still alive? Kurama, completely shocked. He's like, I can't believe this dude is still alive. Like, wow. I've lived for so long. I've never met a human more stubborn than this guy right here. Now, granted, Naruto doesn't know he's the reincarnation of Gilgamesh. He'll just have his memories, alright? But still, like, you have to agree with, well, me on this one. If a human has been, well, an old human soul like Gilgamesh that has kept staying alive, like, for so long, you can't help but be admired by this old spirit, because, like, wow. I thought I would have, like, passed on by, I thought someone like him would have passed on by now, but he just didn't. He's like, this world needs a king, and I'm its only king, so I'm gonna be its king. Gilgamesh is that king that always returns. You can't get rid of him. But, so, also, Minato catches a glimpse of Kurama looking down at his son, well, looking down in a specific area in general where he knows the sun is, all shocked and, like, flabbergasted, and he's like, and Mentos is like, oh no, my son, and he, like, flying Raijins as fast as he can over there, thinking the Ninetales is going to attack him. But no, that's not the case. No. Kurama was more like borderline shocked that his old pal, friend, compadre, somebody he likes as much as the Sage of Six Paths, his father. He's like Kurama likes Gilgamesh as much as he likes the Sage of Six Paths, so that's saying a little bit of something. Off rip with as towards Naruto's and Kurama's like bond as friends, it's already pretty massive or pretty close knitted because, well, you know, old time friends. Now, as Minato gets there, he proceeds to do the Reaper Death Seal and starts ripping Kurama in half, but Kurama stops Minato right there before Minato, like, does anything else, and Minato actually caught by surprise that the Ninetales was talking to him via telepathy, just so you know, because I believe Kurama could do that. He's lived long enough, he probably could, to be fair. And Kurama would ask Minato as nicely as possible to seal the completed him into Naruto. Minato is like, I'm sorry, what? And Kurama is like, your son is an old friend of mine, so, and right there, Minato would be like, but he was just born, how could it be an old friend? And Kurama's like, humans, never mind. And Kurama's like, it's just, I know his soul. His soul is a very old one. His soul is someone I highly respect amongst you humans and consider to be a true friend. And Minato, upon hearing this, is like just wordless, to be fair. And honestly, even if Kushina hadn't jumped in front of the claw, she would have died anyway. I mean, a drawback of the Uzumaki after if they have a QB sealed within them, they die. Now, granted, it happens to any QB container or Genjutsu key, but it's just more painful and specific towards the Uzumakis. And I I highly assume it's because of their close knit relationship to Senju's, but that's just me. Now, and to be honest, Minato was going to die anyway, because the Reaper Death Seal takes his soul upon sealing something, so even if they both weren't penetrated by the QB, they both would have died anyway. Let's just be fair. So, yeah. Kurama was the full Kurama was sealed within Naruto, baby Naruto at that, and yeah, Minato dies because his soul got yeeted and deleted, and Kushina dies because well she no longer has the tail beast within her. So yeah, well she just dies eventually. Like she couldn't really like just outright die, but she was dying because well the QB was just like forcefully removed, and her life got deleted. And so yeah, we have baby Naruto just all by his lonesome. Oof. Ugh. To be fair, it honestly hurts. Naruto has to go through all that hatred and bullcrap for no reason. And his parents died right there protecting the village. Like, I am not going to let go of the absolute bias that the village had, because the village killed the entire Uchiha clan. It wasn't Naruto, it was the village. And yet they all love Sasuke. Because he's an Uchiha. Bias, I tell you. Bias. Anyways, regardless of how biased the village is, Naruto would proceed to have a rather easier life than he did in canon, but because of well his soul being Gilgamesh's old soul. So yeah, Naruto doesn't have the blue eyes. He has red eyes. And people think it's Kurama's influence, but no, that's just Naruto's natural eye color. Like I said, Gilgamesh's old soul. He's still blonde with spiky hair, a trait he got from his father. And, well, massive chakra reserves, trait he got from his mother. On top of that, hot-tempered, another trait he got from his mother. And is just accidentally cruel, a trait he got from his father. In which I do think Minato would always accidentally end up looking cool even though he doesn't try to. Because I believe that's just always a character trait Minato has, but nah, you'll never know. Anyways, scratching from baby Naruto to 5 years later, Naruto's now 5, attending academy again, living on his own again with a daily allowance of I believe 500 Ryu he gets from the third. Nobody hates him as much because of the aura he gives off of well that, but people do fear him a lot because of his red eyes. And I think that Kurama's just influencing him. But nah, fam. That ain't the way. That ain't the way. So yeah. Now, Naruto is still a little bit of a jokester, just not much. He's more like he likes to get things done. He really does. He studies, he trains, he tries to eat healthily, but he really can't with the little allowance he has. And to be fair, he only has enough to get ramen, so like I said, he tries to eat healthily, so he doesn't get as much ninja equipment as the original Naruto would for training, but because, well, your health is important. Health is more important than training, to be fair. So he like saves up at least half of what he usually spends on ninja equipment and tries to save up for actual food, which is not necessarily easy because the little bit he does have and how much people hate him, they put that quote unquote citizens tax. There's no such thing as citizens tax. They're just being fucking souls to Naruto, to be fair. And they still do put the quote unquote citizens tax on Naruto. It's just not as much. Granted. Now, now we're gonna skip to, since Naruto pretty much felt like 3 years of, well, Ninja Academy. He still fails 3 years because nobody really tutors him, so he has to teach himself a lot. And also, I'm saying he failed 3 years just so he could still be in the same team as Team 7. Mostly because I don't feel like changing that team. Because then when the tournament comes, all hell's just gonna go loose on me, and I don't feel like going through that, to be honest. But if y'all want me to, I will, I guess. Ugh. I don't feel like going through that crap. Ugh. Anyways. Now, I see that I am, like, about close to a half an hour in. Now, ugh. I'm not even close to half an hour. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about close. Am I? No, I'm not. Alright. So, if I can stop scratching. Naruto has failed 3 years, and he's now, I believe, 8. And he's just singing on a swing by himself. That lonely swing that hurts everyone that sees it. Seriously, you cannot say when you saw that sad Naruto on that swing by himself, you cannot say you were not crying. You cannot say. If you can, then you are either like me, absolutely soulless, or you're just someone that don't get sad easily. Cause like, come on, that hurts. It honestly hurts. It has to. But jeez. But yeah. After a little bit of sulking, because well, nobody wants to be his friends, Naruto's like, no, I can't always be sad. I might as well go out there and make some friends. Because, well, since nobody really wants to be the friend of the QB holder, there's gonna be a few exceptions. Because, well, Shikamaru sees Naruto as relatively cool. Choji sees Naruto as cool. Sasuke, before his whole village, was like, hey, sure. And so, yeah. And after they get to know Naruto a little bit, they see that Naruto's a rather cool dude. Someone they would, like to hang out with a lot more than, well, they did in the original canon. Why? Like I said, his charisma is much, much better than it was in the anime. And let's just be fair, Naruto had a lot of charisma in the anime. So let's just multiply that times like 50. Yeah, his charisma is pretty high, but the villagers' hate for him was even higher. So all his charisma did was like water down the hatred a lot, but they still hated him. They didn't hate him enough to the point to where they would like kick him out of their restaurants and stuff like that. The ramen guy loves Naruto a lot more, even gives him discounts sometimes, depending on the importanality of the situation. Like if it's his birthday, he'll give him ramen for free, probably invite him over for like cake, something like that, so he can like have actual food. Or well, I mean like he's still a kid after all, so. Or people at the that he gets his weapons and stuff from would like lower the prices for him so he pay the like normal amount, like a normal amount of money that he like that everybody else would usually pay, so he would have a little more money in his pocket than that normal, but that be only for his birthday. No, nothing big like that. Probably his first successful C rank mission, maybe, but nah, not really. Now, we're going to go on to the graduation exams, where everybody has to, poof off one shadow clone. And now, I forgot to mention this. As we all know, Gilgamesh was relatively, like, he was a jack of all trades, let's just be fair. He was a swordsman, an archer, a spearsman, and a martial artist. All of that in one package. Now, Naruto, since he's gonna technically be a jack of all trades, technically, Naruto's chakra control will be not as good, but it'll be mediocre at best. Meaning he could probably pull off one shadow clone. Well, not one shadow clone. He'll probably like be able to pull off one clone in general. That's and Naruto's transformation jutsu was actually impressive. Like, I can't believe nobody gave him any credit on that. Like, seriously. It's like, I don't understand why nobody ever gave knowledge to Naruto's transformation jutsu skills. It's actually really good. Anyways. Given as the situation goes, Naruto still fails that year. And only reason I say he still fails is because, well, the scroll ceiling? I added a few things to it. So, Miski, hating him, like, as much as he did, if not more than in the canon, because, well, he's the nine-tailed brat, and his eyes are red, so he thinks he's, like, influenced by Kurama. So he, like, hates him, like there's no tomorrow, hates him. And, like, absolutely tries to trick him into stealing the scroll ceiling now. Naruto ain't no dumb in this what if. He's actually fairly intelligent. Well, at least strategy-wise and combat-wise, he's more intelligent than the rest. He's about mediocre or normal when it comes to book smarts. Why? Even though he has Gilgamesh's, like, soul, so he should know everything? It's Naruto. And Naruto is known for being dumb like a brick. I'm sorry, but it's true. if nobody's even noticed, Naruto is technically a prodigy, being able to self teach him. He was able to teach himself a few things, and well, not even master it, but get it down relatively quickly. If he had a master, he'd be a true prodigy, probably like Sasuke. But nobody taught Naruto anything, so he wasn't considered a prodigy, and he was the dead last. It's interesting how the smallest of things can make someone a prodigy and not. Very interesting. Anyways, yeah. Mitsuki does a little wordplay with Naruto and actually convinces Naruto to steal the scroll of sealing, telling him that not only is it in a secret graduation technique, but it shows how skilled you are as a ninja to be able to sneak past the Hokage's guards, who are supposed to be strong enough to protect the Hokage, and pick up on the smallest detail of if someone is breaking into the Hokage's mansion to steal something. Now, the fact that Naruto actually succeeded in this should be more than enough to prove that he was already a qualified ninja. I believe nobody picked that up, but if he was able to sneak past the guards of the Hokage to steal the scroll of sealing that was supposed to be on tight guard, and managed to get away and learn a jutsu from it, then either those guards are incompetent, or Naruto's actually really good. Like, really. But anyways, Naruto does his thing, sneaks in, grabs the scroll of sealing, and yeets that out the village. He doesn't throw it, but he yeets himself out the village, learns the shadow clone technique, and he realizes that there is like a tiny something else in it. He reads the scroll and says a little something about a key of King's Law. And it also like a little history to the King of King's Law, and that this key has yet to be found. Naruto's like, what is that? And why does it seem familiar? He continues to read that the key of King's Law can only be used via blood contract. Well, not blood contract, but spirit contract. So, yeah, if a spirit passes on, then the key's no longer linked to the said person. But Gilgamesh is still here, so the key still responds to him and him alone. Uh-huh. Freaking shoulders. Now, upon reading that it was like soul linked, Naruto like gets a little headache, then has a little flashback of his past life. About this, and it's Gilgamesh. He's having this vision about no one else, alright? About the time he fought with, I believe, Saber, where he opens up like a golden looking portal and pulls out a sword. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? What's going on? And like it's like a first person vision. Naruto's not in control, but the actions feel like his own, but they're like completely different. And then Naruto snaps back into reality, and it's like, like he sees Mizuki, he sees Mizuki like right above him in the trees, like, good job, Naruto. Now quickly, hand me the scroll and I'll return it to the mansion. And Naruto was about to, when he thinks about it, he's like, now that I think about it, why did I need to steal this? If it and why did I have to sneak through guards to get this? If it was, it's like granted, Naruto knows what a secret test is, but he's like, if it's a secret test, then why wouldn't the guards? Then why were the guards like on such tight security? Now, like I said, I know it's a secret test, and he tricked Naruto into like stealing it, but come on, why would he say the word steal and not retrieve? Then Naruto would think that this is not a secret test at all. He just wanted me to steal the scroll, give it to him so he can run off somewhere. And then he was gonna then he was thinking of some sort probably give it to Orochimaru or someone, whoever the hell that is. Then Naruto's like, nah, I think I'll return it myself. I think you're lying to me. And then Mizuki, gets a tad bit pissed. Well, not even a tad bit. It's a tad bit explosive. He's like, just give me the motherfucking scroll, Naruto. Hell, you ain't none but a demon brat. So just give me the scroll and I won't kill you. And then we have Iruka jumping in, all like, don't give him the scroll, Naruto. And then that entire ordeal goes down. Mizuki throws this giant shuriken at Naruto, which I still have difficulty believing he could just throw like a rock. And Iruka jumps in front of it with the damn thing stabbing his back directly in the center of the spiral of the Jonin vest. And still, I question how that man was still standing. I question it. Wholeheartedly question. But Iruka looks down at Naruto and tells him to run. Naruto was like, but what about you? And then Iruka yells, run! And Naruto flees. He flees and flees and flees, but he doesn't flee too far. He just runs far enough to, overhear them, but still be a good safe distance away from Mizuki. As it was there, Naruto hears Iruka say something like, yes, he is a demon brat, but he's worked harder than anyone else I've known. Studied harder than most students I've known. If possible, I would have adopted him myself, but as you can see, that was just not Naruto's fate. Naruto's fate is to become that of a king. And he's like, I believe in Naruto's strength. He will become the Hokage. And Iruka's like, I just regret that I won't see that day come. Then Mizuki's like, well then, as soon as you're out the way, I'll be sending the brat along with you. And then all of a sudden, a sword shoots out, flies right by Mizuki's face and, cuts his nose up. Well, not cuts it off, it, just leaves, a little scratch on it where blood will start spilling out. Mizuki then jumps back really quick. He'd be like, what the hell? Because if I remember correctly, Gilgamesh can rapidly fire swords up to Mach 5. So yeah, pretty bloody fast. If I remember correctly, that's how fast Haku can move when he was traveling through his mirrors. So, yeah. Naruto already has the speed and power advantage because as soon as the sword flew by him and ran into the tree, it left a decent hole in the tree. And I'm like, oh wow. Mizuki, seeing that, he was like, oh hell nah. Jumps back so far, so fast. Even Iruka was simultaneously confused. Now, Naruto had did that unconsciously, so he didn't know what he did. All he knew was that he had to save Iruka before it was too late. And then something just like he instinctively opened up the gate of Babylon and fired out a sword. It was just a normal sword. It wasn't like any noble phantasm that would give like this bloody curse effect on Mizuki if it cut him once for a regular blood spear. But anyways, Naruto would come out and he would just chuck the scroll to Iruka, and he would like stand in front of him. He's like, "You will," and he will stand towards Mizuki and say this with his fist out: "You will not hurt my sensei anymore." And then Mizuki's like, Mizuki would just laugh and laugh. He'd be like, "Boy, I could kill you at any moment. What makes you think you can defeat me?" Naruto then puts his hands in a familiar sound we all know so very well. Then he's like, "Multi Shadow Clone well, not Mitsuki, but Naruto is like Multi Shadow Clone Jutsu, and over 100,000 clones surround Mizuki. And Mizuki's like, Then he instantly shuts up as a barrage of Narutos just beat him into the ground. Now, I would love to think that Naruto this time would leave him half dead. First off, because he tricked them. Not only that, he almost killed his sensei. And on top of that, he was just pissed. Because, one, he was the demon brat, people called him. And, well, not that people called him, that people hated and kept him and stayed away from him because of. And two, I already said this, but because he wanted to protect his teacher. Right then and there, Iruka is like, well, I should say Naruto had like, Naruto didn't do anything, but the sword returned to the Gate of Babylon. Let's just, because he doesn't necessarily have to pick it up and throw it in the portal. The thing just turned to gold dust and just poofed. Poofed back inside that gate. Anyways. Now that the sword's back where it belongs, even though Naruto didn't do it himself consciously, Iruka proceeds to give Naruto his headband because Naruto had left out without it, which I forgot to mention. As soon as Naruto passed his graduation, he was so happy he jumped out the window and just ran to go eat ramen to celebrate. And I'm like, oh wow. Like, literally everybody in class was like, huh, you must be happy you finally passed. And Lucas like, I'll find him later and give it to him. Naruto, he just blushed a little because he's like, I mean, you can't really blame me. Iruka's like, I can blame you for a lot of things, Naruto. I just choose not to. Which, now that I think about it, is a fair point. The villagers choose to blame Naruto for what happened all them years ago, when it really wasn't his fault. Which is another reason why the village is so biased. Anyways, Naruto proceeds to tie his headband around his head, feeling a sense of fulfillment because he finally, after 3 years, graduated. And Iruka says, Naruto, get to training, because in 5 months, I believe, was the time limit, he will be assigned to his team. Into his team. And Naruto thanks to Iruka before, well, heading off, and Iruka's just sitting on a tree because, well, you know, injured. Scratch that Naruto would help Iruka to a hospital. And he would drop him off there. And Ambu would have already picked up the scroll by then, so yeah. Anyways, Naruto heads home. He goes to sleep, and well, the next day he starts training. And well, during this training, he was just out and about in the forest, training. He trains so hard to the point of exhaustion where he just passes out, really. And because in the forest there is no, well, dangerous creatures, Naruto slept relatively peacefully. And I say no dangerous monsters because Kurama is watching over Naruto. Because, like I said, he has the soul of a very old friend. And Kurama's chakra leaking out pretty much makes any dangerous animal that tries to eat Naruto piss themselves and run. Like, run opposite direction as fast as they possibly can. And while Naruto's unconscious, he actually meets Kurama for the first time. Relatively early at that. And the seals are really relatively weakened. Like, Kurama, if he wanted to, could push the gate and it would just fly open. But he doesn't. He's like, I guess I won't. And Kurama's like, besides, it's better in here than it is, like, on the moon. Which is his mother's imprisonment for Kurama. Which I also didn't understand, because why? Like, what reason would you have for wanting to be on the moon? But, anyways, I know the jailers can have whatever imprisonment they want for the QB, but still. Really? Ay, ay, ay. Anywho, so Naruto was like, wait a minute, you're that fox spirit that Mizuki was talking about. And Grandma's like, yeah, I am, kid, I am, don't worry about it. Oh, and Grandma's like, also, sorry about the hell you've been through because of me, so. And Naruto's like, well, to be fair, not really treated as badly, but I accept your apology. And Grandma's like kind of shocked because he would think that people would be trying to have Naruto's head because of, well, him. Naruto's like, nah, not really. I guess it's because of my charisma. And Grandma's like, ha ha ha. Oh, in that case, yeah, you're good, kid. And Naruto's like, you're relatively to believe me? Grandma's like, if you known yourself as well as I known you, then yeah, you be like me. You would just accept it and not question it. And then Naruto's like, wait, you know me? But I just met you, and Grandma's like, suit yourself, kid. Because he would then, like, tilt his head right behind, point right behind Naruto. And Naruto would turn around and see this guy with red markings, gold hair, and red eyes with, like, cross-like earrings walking up to him. With the aura of, well, a king, obviously. And Naruto would be like, who the And then Gilgamesh would introduce himself. He'd be like, I am Gilgamesh, and I don't remember his last name, to be fair. I just realized that the I think it's a link down there. It says Gilgamesh or Zabuza who would win. Huh. Anyways, Naruto would be like, why do I feel this familiarity from you? Gilgamesh would proceed to say, kid, I am you and you are me. We are one and the same. I am your past life as you are my present life. And to be fair, that would just confuse all sorts of hell out of Naruto. He'd be like, what? Like, I'm sorry. Can you make, like, a wee bit more sense here? What does that mean? Gilgamesh is like, it means what I imply, kid. And then Naruto's like, ah! Even more triggered because he's like, that cryptic message makes no sense! Kurama would then proceed to say, Naruto, you are him. Calm down. And I'm just like, what do you mean I am him? How can I be him if I'm me? Kurama would proceed to facepalm, as Gilgamesh would proceed to chuckle a little bit. And then Gilgamesh would say, you are absolutely right, Naruto, but at the same time, you are me. You are yourself, but you're also me. I am you as I am myself as well. And then Naruto will be even more triggered because that makes no more sense than the last time. And Gilgamesh would be like, "You'll come to understand it later, kid." And Naruto's like, Naruto's just reeing. He's like, and Kurama's just laughing as Naruto's like on the ground flailing about trying to make sense of everything. And then Gilgamesh would be like, stop, Naruto, because I am going to train you. And Naruto jumps back up and like, train me? Awesome, you should have just said so to begin with. Kurama and Gilgamesh proceed to facepalm at the exact same time. And Naruto would be like, what? Was it something I said? And then now let's just say 3 months has passed since Naruto's training with Gilgamesh. Himself. Whatever you prefer. Kurama's over here watching as these two are training. And Naruto is going to be more of a swordsman than a jack of all trades, honestly. Why? Because Naruto's like, why would I shoot stuff if I could just, be up close and fight them up close? Gilgamesh. Because you can protect yourself as well as your friends from a longer range of distance. Now, Naruto is going to be better suited up close, is what I'm saying. He's still going to be a jack of all trades. It's just that when he fights up close, either hand to hand or swords or swordsmanship, he's just going to be like 50 times better than Gilgamesh. Because Naruto was always an up close person. He just now has an ability to fight far range as well. And apart from that, he also has clones he can send for far range to fight up close, as he can rapid fire from far range too. So, to be honest, Naruto's really a jack of all trades anyway. But yeah, Naruto now knows how to open the gates of Babylon at will without unconsciously doing it. And the first thing that he manages to summon is the Chains of Heaven. Or, hold on. Yeah, Iriku, the Chains of Heaven. Now, Naruto is Gilgamesh, so y'all can't say anything about Gilgamesh not giving Naruto the chains because Naruto is Gilgamesh. Ha 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 ha. Ah. Because as soon as Naruto's training is complete, Gilgamesh's soul will be completely fused with Naruto's, and Naruto will have every single drop of memory that he had over the past few lives he had. Lives, not lives. Lives. That's it. Anyways, yeah. So, one more month has passed with Naruto's training with Gilgamesh, and he can now summon the Chains of Heaven and Aya relatively easily. Aya taking more time to, train and master and use as a trump card because, if I remember correctly, that sword can wipe out the fabric of reality with condensed winds that can slice through the fabric of reality, leaving rifts in time and space. Y'all can't say that will not destroy anything in its path. Jeez. If I remember correctly, Gilgamesh is one of the few heroes that can destroy the entirety of reality. Or what's its name? Reality Marble. And if I remember correctly, a Reality Marble rewrites reality. Gilgamesh is one of the only heroes that can destroy that Reality Marble with Aya. So, just think about that. Having that as a trump card, Naruto's relatively powerful, but he can only use that once every so often before it completely drains him. And each time he uses it, it's going to drain him because it's that powerful. Hell, even Kurama has to give Naruto some energy after using Aya like that. And remember, the Gates of Babylon do not use chakra. It's magic entirely. And Aya just uses whatever chakra Aya also uses magic, but it also uses the chakra of the person that holds it to actually start being active before it, does its thing. I'm trying to put some sort of logic in here so Naruto can have to use chakra. But, no. To open the Gates of Babylon, he has to use a little bit of chakra to open them. But apart from that, it's mostly magic. And just like, Aya. Because, Aya, uses a lot of Naruto's chakra as well. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. In the Chains of Heaven, because that chain can extend to, stupidly long reaches and never ends and never stops growing, we can all argue that, that chain can go as far as Naruto's chakra reserves will allow it to. And with Kurama's chakra, let's just say that thing can go as far as however far Naruto and Kurama's chakra reserves will allow it to go. Because the only reason it will be able to go around the entire world is if it was just magic alone, but no, we're in Naruto's world, so I have to make it, be affected with chakra. Now, think about that. The Byakugan won't be able to necessarily see the Gate of Babylon open, because nobody can just see the golden rings open. You have to be a specific type of special, but aka you have to be a fucking hero, but that happens. And because it's chakra, those Sharingan users can see it, but they can't copy it. For obvious reasons. Byakugan people can see it, but they can't touch it. For obvious reasons. Other Jinchuriki can see it. But, like I said, obviously, they can't touch it. For obvious reasons. I mean, like, to be fair, Naruto could just yeet himself into that portal to delete himself from that world. But that can't happen. For obvious reasons. And I say chakra, but I mean chakra. That's going to be my saying. It's going to be chakra from now on. Somebody in me. In my suffering. My finger hurts. Ow. Anyway. Now, 5 months has passed and, well, everybody's ready for their teams. We have, if I remember, it was Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji, Team 10. Team Kurina was Hinata, uh, da, 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 da. Kiba, that's it, and Shino, Kiba and Shino. And, so anyone else? Because Neji, Tintin, and Rock Lee were, like, already graduated by then, so, yeah, their team guy. Team Asuma was Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji. Who else? Who else was in Naruto's class during that time? I guess no one else that I can think of. So yeah, Team 7, we all know. Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Hanado. And, well, nobody really hates Naruto as much. So yeah, Sakura's reaction to hearing Naruto's name as part of her as being her teammate was not as bad, but it was still a face of disgust. And Naruto doesn't really like Sakura, to be fair. I mean, let's just be fair, guys. Only reason Naruto was trying his best to be with Sakura was, well, for attention, really. And considering he's not at, well, not the negative attention, but positive attention, and now that Naruto isn't necessarily hated by a lot of people, he's not going to be trying to go after Sakura like that. And let's also be even more fair. Let's just say he knows what love is. So, and let's just say, well, let's just retcon the fact that Naruto did save Hinata from a couple of bullies. So yeah, that still happens. Hinata still has that giant crush for Naruto, it's just way too shy to admit it. Kiba still wants to be the top dog in everything. But obviously that's gonna get shot down during the Chunin exams later. I didn't say anything about shot. Nope, not this guy. If y'all heard that, y'all are delusional. Anyways, all the teams leave off with their respective captains and leaders or whatevers. And all that's left is Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke waiting for the latest Kakashi, who was at the funeral grounds mourning the death of his teacher and best friends. Now, ow, 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 shit, ow. Let's just retcon this to where something happens to I don't know what happened nor where I was at, so yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Let's just retcon something that got Kakashi running for his life to his team. And well, nah. Kakashi's still late. Like absolutely late. Like so late. Naruto could have had like breakfast and lunch ready at the exact same time. Breakfast already being done and lunch just about to start. And let's just say he did bring lunch. He didn't think, well, he did think about his teammates because, well, Iruka did say that in 5 months he was going to, like, be announced, he was going to announce teams and what team he was going to be part of, so he had lunch prepared for them. And let's just say time in the Little Gate of Babylon doesn't flow, so whatever he had was, like, cooked, was, like, already freshly prepared, as he would hand whatever lunch he had prepared. Well, he didn't prepare, but he just had on him to Sasuke and Sakura, so they could eat too, because they were waiting for a while. And Naruto had like a little lunch tray for the whatever their team leader is, but since it was so late, he's like, might as well this myself, or I guess give it to Iruka. Cause I can imagine Iruka still being in there. Cause nobody, cause well, there were kids in there. If they're unsupervised, God knows what will happen. Especially with Naruto there, cause Naruto is still a little bit of a trickster. He's just not as much of a trickster. And then the door will finally open. Kakashi, tired as hell, is like, "Hello, meet me up in a roof in 5 minutes." Then just poofs into a puff of smoke. Now, why is Kakashi tired? Reasons. That's all I can say. Yeah, let's just say Kurana knows Kakashi's the leader of Team 7. And let's just say she was the last one to get her team. And still see, and let's just say she was also running a little bit behind because she was just getting off a mission. And when she gets there to pick up her team, she sees Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, assuming they're part of Team 7, and that Kakashi wasn't there yet. She was like, "Alright, I'm gonna get that lazy, white-haired motherfucker over here right now." Then she proceeds to chase Kakashi throughout half of the village until he gets to the high school. Is like, and then he's like, kicks down the door. He's like, "Meet me on the roof in 5." Then poofs. Kurnoff walks in shortly after, and she's like, "You're welcome." Then walks out. Naruto. Sasuke. Sakura. What just happened? Also, the door was kicked down, so Iruka's like, "Why? That's gonna come out of my paycheck." Starts crying. All I can honestly say to that is oof. Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke proceeds to reach the top of the building in less than 5 minutes, honestly. They were waiting for so long, they've eaten and all that. Sakura, Sasuke, relatively surprised at how good the food is. They didn't know Naruto knew how to cook. Naruto's like, "I didn't. This was prepared for me by a couple of close friends." They're like, "So you don't cook?" Naruto's like, "More like I can't cook. Nobody bothered to teach me how to cook." Naruto, well, Sasuke, Sakura are like, "That's depressing." Naruto, "Well, I do live by myself." And then Sasuke's like, "Ouch. Did your family?" Naruto's like, "Nope, never knew them." Sasuke's like, "Ouch." Because that hurts. Because even though I don't really understand why, like, I know why Sasuke was so friggin' gloomy, gray, depressed, and all vengeful. But seriously, Naruto didn't even know his parents. and has been shunned by the entirety of the village, while Sasuke was still loved. I mean, call me crazy, but Sasuke was a little retarded then. But anyways, oh look at that! Now we're 20 minutes. Awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna make this as long as humanly possible. Ow, my finger. All right. Kakashi proceeds to say, introduce yourselves and all the good stuff. Tell me what your dreams are, your aspirations, your will of fire per se. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Sasuke does his little I'm Sasuke Uchiha. There's nothing I don't like much. I hate everything. In my dream, it's not a dream, it's gonna be a reality. I'm gonna kill a certain someone. And all that other jazz. Kakashi's like, okay. He then proceeds to Sakura. Sakura's like, what I like, and as I don't like, and my dreams, giggles at the thoughts that I am not going to mention because I absolutely loathe the idea. And then Kakashi shakes his head, thinking the exact same thing I'm probably thinking, and then proceeds to Naruto. Naruto says, first, before anything, why don't you tell us a bit about you? Kakashi's like, alright then. Kakashi's like, I'm Kakashi Atake. What I like, you don't need to know. What I dislike, don't need to know. As for my dreams, that's for me to know, for you to figure out. And then Naruto's like, alright. Then he proceeds to introduce himself. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. My dream is to become king. Kakashi. So, Hokage? Naruto, no, I mean king. And Kakashi's like, okay. What I like, I don't think that's what I should tell you. What I dislike, people that hold the truth. And then Kakashi's like, a little wide-eyed. He's like, when Naruto said people that hold the truth, he looked directly at him. Because I would think Kurama would know about Minato training Kakashi and all of them. And about Minato knowing, and about the third Hokage knowing who Minato is and Jiraiya and all of them. So ow, ow. Okay, big ow, oof, ow. Aha. Frick. That sucked. Alright. Anyways, Kakashi's like, alright, well, tomorrow, meet me at Team 7 training field. And make sure not to eat anything or else you'll puke. Then he turns to a puff of smoke. Naruto is like, alright, well, I'm gonna make myself scarce first. Then he proceeds to jump off the building. Like, just jump off the side of the building. Sakura's like, what, are you crazy? Runs to the edge and does not see Naruto anywhere. No, Naruto did not teleport. He just substituted himself with a pencil he left at home. And I know a lot of people is like, you don't necessarily substitute too far away, but let's just say Naruto's home was relatively, well, not too close, but close enough for a little teleportation, not teleportation, but substitution jutsu. So yeah. Then Sasuke makes himself scarce relatively quickly while Sakura was distracted. And then Sakura was by herself. And then she goes home. So yeah. The next day comes. Naruto, after talking with Kurama, and Kurama's like, you best eat something, kid, because that don't eat anything is absolute bull. And Naruto's like, okay. And then before he does do anything, he's like, why don't you get out that cage? Kurama's like, because I don't want to knock it down. Naruto's like, boy, kick down that gate. Kurama's like, I don't wanna. If you don't kick it down, I will remove it. Kid, you can't even do that. Why? Because your father's protecting it. Naruto's like, bull. Proceeds to try to remove the seal. Minato grabs Naruto's hand and is like, kid, you're not ready for his chakra. Then just puts Naruto back down on the ground and fades back into the seal. Kurama's like, see? Naruto's like, whatever. Then he proceeds to eat something and heads out. He, also grabs some for Sakura and Sasuke because he knows they probably didn't actually eat anything, at all, to be honest. And then, yeah, he gets there, and he's a little late, but Kakashi's, late. So he, gives food to Sakura and Sasuke. He's like, eat up, guys, because that don't eat anything is absolute bull. Sasuke's like, I don't necessarily think it is. But Naruto's like, boy, he just wants us to be hungry, so it'll be more difficult on us to actually use our true potential when fighting against him. And Sasuke, if he thinks about it a little bit, he's like, that does make sense. If we're hungry and he's actually fully energized, it will be much more difficult for us to actually fight him. And then Sasuke was like, I'll write you in this round, and proceeds to, nom on food, and Sakura's like, and Naruto's like, if you want to be useless, then don't eat it. Sakura's like, I am not useless, you're useless, Naruto. I am stronger than you and can contribute much more than you can. You are useless. Sakura proceeds to clench her fist and tries to punch Naruto. Naruto dodge. And keeps dodging. And Sakura's like, why can't I hit you? Naruto's like, because you don't have the energy to actually put speed or any power into your punch. Then, well, and obviously, she will sit down and reluctantly eat. After being full of energy and having the food digest a little bit, Kakashi is still that late. She proceeds to try to punch Naruto again, and Naruto still dodges. And then she'd be even more pissed, why can't I hit you? Naruto would then say, because I'm more skilled than you. And then Kakashi would appear, finally. And all of them would glare daggers at Kakashi. He's like, sorry, a black cat was in my past, so I had to take the long way round. This is me. Bull. Literally everyone in Team 7. Bull. Kakashi's like, whatever. Anyways, y'all seem like y'all ate relatively good. I'm assuming that, y'all did not heed my warning. And Naruto would be like, no. Naruto would then say, that warning was completely notable. You just wanted to make this easier on yourself by having us be by us being at less than our full capabilities. And then Kakashi's just like, you're too smart for your own good, kid. Whatever. Then he would proceed to go to training around 7. Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke are now staring directly at Kakashi as Kakashi ties 2 bells around his belt. He's like, Alright, the point of this exercise is for y'all to get the bills from me. Naruto would proceed to say why and what reason would we have to do that. Kakashi would then say, because teamwork. I was just like, teamwork? What does that even mean? Kakashi's like, you'll see. As he says a timer and puts it in his pocket. Now begin. Sasuke and Sakura both leap into the forest. As Naruto is just standing there with his arms crossed. Naruto would then proceed to ask Kakashi how fast is he. And Kakashi would say, I'm relatively fast. Before he finishes that sentence, something flies right by his face, scratching his face. With his eyes closed and his book, like, right there. Kakashi would then close the book, put it in his back pocket, and bring up his, headband, really opening the Sharingan, because he's like, okay, that was a cheap shot. And at the same time, it was so fast that he didn't even have time to register the attack or manage to dodge it. So he's like, alright. I don't know what you did, Naruto, but I ain't falling for it this time. Instead, I'm actually gonna go all out. Because if he didn't, and one more attack like that actually went for the bells, he probably wouldn't be able to dodge it. And let's be fair, nobody in the Naruto universe is as fast as Mach 7, unless you count Minato or the, I believe, 4th Raikage, the one with the lightning cloak. Anyways. Let's see, what was it? Where are they at? Oh, yeah. Sasuke would see Kakashi with the Sharingan pretty early and be like, wait, what the hell? Is he, like, half Uchiha or something? And then Sakura would proceed to, do nothing and be absolutely useless. Because, honestly, nothing you do can make her any more useful than she already is. Which is useless. Sakura's usefulity level is useless. Anyways, Naruto would have a little cocky grin and be like, my power is absolute, Kakashi. There is no way your puny Sharingan, Naruto would say, can help you stand a chance against my true power. As he would then proceed to fire another warning shot, which would then cut Kakashi's arm. Since Kakashi already has a Sharingan out, he didn't really see the attack either. All he saw was a blur of something coming out of something that's golden right behind Naruto before it closed, and that thing closed relatively quickly. Yeah, I'm making it a bit too fast, but come on, Mach 5 is like really. If you move at the speed of Mach 1 is breaking the sound barrier, and you're already moving at the speed of sound. Mach 5 is 5 times the speed of sound. And Kakashi at this point is not at that level of speed or power. So yeah, Kakashi already knows that Naruto is not someone he can, like, just play around with. Even if he's serious, he can't just play around with Naruto like that. So he's going to have to, like, actually incapacitate Naruto first before he can actually take it easy. Because right now Naruto poses more of a threat than Sasuke. Or, well, Sakura. Sakura never posed much of a threat anyway, to be honest. It was really Naruto and Sasuke Kakashi had to look out for. Even in the canon, the only person he thought was going to be more of a problem was Sasuke, but Naruto, with his massive chakra reserves, pretty much threw Kakashi out the water. He's like, "Oh, what the heck?" But not this time, buddy. Kakashi then starts up the Chidori and runs directly at Naruto with max speed. Naruto just grabs a sword and clashes with the Chidori with the lightning sword. Doesn't really counter the Chidori, but it stood a good enough chance to like deflect it and all that. And well, considering none of them know about, magic swords, Kakashi was quite shocked, literally, pun intended, at the realization that Naruto just summoned the bloody sword out of nowhere. He then looks at Naruto with this sword in hand. He's like, and he sees that that the sword has like a lightning release on it, and he's off rip thinking, does Naruto have like lightning nature, chakra, or is he using a jutsu or something? In which Kakashi then proceeds to try to copy said jutsu, but nothing happens. Kakashi would then be like, this is a jutsu I can copy. What the heck? As Naruto would proceed to run at Kakashi, relatively quickly, by the way, and Kakashi would then pull up another kunai and like just clash blades with Naruto for like for like a good few minutes. Kakashi would already deem Naruto to be on that of a Jonin level, or if not, that of an Okage level fighter, and he's like, how is he a tuning at this level? A fresh Genin at this level. How? Naruto and Kashi fight for a good few minutes, and then Naruto was like, "Hey, Kashi, did you forget something?" And Kakashi's like, "Forget what?" As Sasuke comes out of nowhere with this fireball jutsu. Poof. Kakashi's like, "Oh!" Jumps out the way. Oh, well, not jumps out the way, but subs out the way. And Kakashi's like, "Oh, that was close. That was very close." He was too busy fighting Naruto, he forgot that this was a team exercise. Kakashi's like, well, they have the element of surprise, which almost got him, to be fair. Then Kakashi jumped down from the tree, and Sasuke was like, great, now what are we gonna do? That was the only shot we had. And Kakashi's like, wait, this was planned? Cut back to the beginning before they went back, before Kakashi actually met them. Naruto be here, talking to Sasuke and Sakura, like, saying that this might be some type of team training he's gonna have us do. So, yeah, let's go ahead and come up with a plan beforehand. And Sasuke's like, why do we have to? And Sasuke would also say, why should we even listen to you? Naruto would then proceed to say, because if we don't, we are going to lose against this guy. Don't forget, he is a high Jonin. Kakashi is a high-level Jonin. He is not someone we can take on by ourselves 1v1, mano-a-mano, and all that good stuff. That's something we can't do. Sasuke would proceed to agree with Naruto, and Sakura would be like, but Sasuke can handle anything, and Naruto would then proceed to slap the absolute sense into Sakura. Sasuke is not all that. He is not. He is like you and me, a Genin. Yes, his skills say something, but in the end, he is not as strong or as powerful as a high Jonin. Now get some sense into yourself, woman, before I smack you again. Sakura would then proceed to shut up. Sasuke, thank you, Naruto. She was getting on my nerves. But he says that in his head. Fangirls are fangirls. Just fangirls. That's all anyone can honestly say. That's honestly all anyone can say in the end. Just fangirls. Scary. Very scary. Something nobody should want to deal with, to be fair. I know Sasuke hated that. Everyone knows Sasuke hated that. Everyone. I don't even know how he managed to keep on to Sensi for so long with all those girls on him, just acting like that. Like, did they even try to know the guy? Get to know the guy? Like, did they even try? No. They did not. All they know is that he was the last survivor of the Uchiha clan, and bada bing, bada boo. They all like him for honestly no reason. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, not that I'm saying anything is wrong with fangirling, it's just that keep it to a minimum. Please. Just, God. Literally. Godly. Rock Lee has a good fan base. Everybody loves Rock Lee. The only guy that fought with taijutsu. Yet he's not favored enough. Seriously. A guy that fights with nothing but physical taijutsu in the entire world except for Might Guy. Anyways. Now, enough with my ranting on about something completely random and out of story. I just heard something popping. I'm mildly concerned. Anyways. Sakura would back at the training round 7 with Kakashi running for his dear to God life, because Naruto is about to start rapid firing random swords, axes, spears, all this good stuff at Kakashi. And Kakashi sees this golden gate open and multiply by like 500, and he's like, oh dear God, this kid's gonna kill me. And now he's running. It's like, yeah! And Kakashi doesn't realize he's under a genjutsu. Because, well, back to the flashback. Naruto would then look at Sakura. He would apologize for hitting her and, like, says that you need to take this seriously. We are a team now. And Naruto would then also proceed to say that you have a good affinity for genjutsu, because your chakra control is so, well, good. Naruto would then proceed to say, try to trap him in an honest-to-God genjutsu. And Naruto's gonna try to, like, make it seem like, well, shit. How can I put this? So when Naruto shot the first sword and got Kakashi to use the Sharingan, the second time he saw it with the blurred blade and the mini gold gate, when Kakashi was trapped in Genjutsu, he thought Naruto's potential could like be like absolutely massive with and just like open 500 of them gates and shoot out any type of weapon he wanted. After seeing that lightning sword shaped like a Z, he started thinking that Naruto could, like, summon other weapons like that in different forms, shapes, sizes, and all that good stuff. Which, he's not necessarily wrong. But, the genjutsu he's in just made it seem like he was a true monster. With them gates just through. And she's like, but he's in the Genshin. He doesn't even realize it yet. Sooner or later, Sasuke just unties the bell, hands one to Sakura, and Mike just holds on to one himself, and like that's just in the real world. And as soon as Kakashi would then realize, he's like, wait a minute, no, he's just a Genin. There's no way he can do this. And then he would like think about it, it's like, Genjutsu, crap. Then he would break through, and then like, why are y'all just standing there? Naruto like point to his belt waist, and Kakashi would look down and was like, ah, that sneaky brat. Okay, which one of you did the genjutsu? Naruto and Sasuke proceed to point towards Sakura. Kakashi, dumbfounded, he's like, I got genjutsu by the useless pink-haired girl. The useless Sakura. And Naruto would proceed to laugh. Sasuke chuckles a little bit. Sakura, angry. Because even Kakashi called her useless. And Kakashi's like, well, I can't really call you that anymore. You're the one that got me in a genjutsu. But, and Kakashi was then thinking in his mind, regardless, I broke through it relatively easy, but, you know, he doesn't say that out loud. But then he would proceed to see that both Sasuke and Sakura has the bell, Naruto, and he would see that Naruto doesn't. So he's like, Naruto, you do know if you don't have a bell, you can't be part of the team. Naruto's like, oh, bullcrap. This is a team exercise. You wanted to see how well we work together as a team. If it really was just only two can get the bells and be part of the team, then why would there be three of us assigned to a particular team? But Naruto would then proceed to say, but if you want me to go back to the academy, I can. As he proceeds to yawn. All I know is that you won't be able to do missions without a complete team. Then Kakashi would proceed to smirk a little bit. He's like, you are too smart for your own good, and you are way too cocky. And Naruto would then say, for good reason. Kakashi would then nod his head in agreement, because Naruto is fairly powerful, so he can be cocky and get away with it. Bakugo. Anyways. Now, as we all begin, Kakashi's like, tomorrow we'll have our first mission. And, well, we're gonna skip the D-rank missions, because, honest to God, why? To be honest, they'll be much more easier, because animals will love Naruto. They don't hate him. They don't, well, the only reason animals hated Naruto is because they felt the Nine Tails, but ew. Even they even started liking Naruto because not of Kurama, but because of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh's aura just reaching out to them, giving them a sense of safety and hope. Now, those of you may be thinking, Gilgamesh wouldn't do a lot of this stuff. Buddy, there's more than one way of being a leader. No, you don't have to hit people. Nuh-uh. But this is Sakura. She is so hard-headed, like, it is impossible to get it through her head that Sasuke never liked her. The only reason I believe Sasuke ever actually married her was because, well, she liked him till the end, regardless of him betraying the village and all that. That's why Sasuke probably married her. I don't know. I don't really know. Nobody really specified why Sasuke actually married her. No one did. Even then, he wasn't necessarily home a lot. He was mostly out doing missions. Hell, he didn't even know what his kid was like. Poor Sarada. Jesus. Anyways, yeah, it's gotten to the point where Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, even Kakashi got tired of these missions and went to Lord Third and asked for a C rank. Taz, Tazma, I believe it's Tazma, Tazma, Taz, Bridge Builder, Bridge Builder. Yeah, his name is Tazma. Kent comes in and looks around. He sees Naruto, but can't really say anything, but just bows in respect towards Naruto and makes fun of Sakura. Just outright makes fun of her. Calls her, like, not even 4 hit, but 6 hit, because her head is so friggin' big. Anyways, their mission is to escort Tazuna, the bridge maker, to and then protect him until the bridge is finished. It was classified as a C rank because Tazuna's family didn't have the money to make it a B rank. Even then, that was a high B rank mission, almost made becoming an A rank mission because Zabuza, if I remember, was an A rank rogue ninja. And I believe Gato was a S rank underground Driggs underground businessman. I believe at least. Or was Tazna B rank? I forget. But I do know that Zabuza was a classified A rank rogue ninja. I know that for a fact. Fact of the matter is, Kakashi was the one fighting him, which is why it didn't seem like A rank. Kakashi is a high joning, so he does things like AS and double S rank missions. Haku, on the other hand, I would believe was a legit B rank ninja, which is probably why Naruto and Sasuke managed to hold him off, or her, one of the two. It's she, helicopter thing, whatever Haku is. Anyways, going back at it, the they head out for their Serenk mission. I believe 1 day later, because have to get stuff set up and prepared and all that good stuff. Anyways, what else? I mean, like, I still got time to continue talking, but would I really want to talk for no reason? Not really, so. Let's see. Yeah, they all set out 1 day later, get ninja equipment and all the good stuff all set up. All fun and dandy, the usual. Then they would head out. So, like, a few hours of walking, Naruto would see, like, this puddle of water. He would quickly put together that that's a substitution because, well, it hasn't rained in, well, days or weeks. He would then proceed to, like, slowly draw out a sword from a gold portal, and this is a normal sword, by the way. And Kakashi would see Naruto pull out, like, a sword. No, 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 no. Naruto doesn't pull out a sword. Instead, he just keeps walking. He has like one. Nah, it's not gonna be. No, there's no gate. He's just gonna keep walking. He just notices it, and he's ready to like shoot it. He's like ready to cut someone to ribbons if needed. Kakashi would then look back, see that no, he would think nobody noticed it because, well, nobody got prepared for it. And so he's like, I can play dead, yes. I can play dead and see the reactions my students will go through fighting, well, ninjas or, well, bandits. As the Demon Brothers comes in, cuts Kakashi to ribbons, Naruto off rip as soon as Kakashi's dead, he proceeds to blast two giant holes within these Demon Brothers. As they would fall to the ground dead. Just like that. Boom. Bada beam, bada dead. Sasuke couldn't even follow what happened, and Sakura was just dumbfounded. Because Kakashi was dead. So they didn't know what happened. They all probably... Those two thought Tazna did something, and they were like, why doesn't he need protection if he could do something like that? But they look at Tazna's face, and Tazna was shocked. He's like, eh? And then they like, Kakashi's dead, so who did that? Then they would look at Naruto, and they were like, there's no way. Naruto would proceed to... Okay. Naruto would then proceed to call for Kakashi to get out of the tree. Kakashi was like, just jumps down. He's like, come on. You could have at least played along. Yeah, I literally died for like 2 seconds and you already killed the Demon Brothers. Naruto was like, I'm not the type to play around when business needs to be done. As he looks at Tazna, bows an apology for the little inconvenience. And he will be much quicker to the trigger from now on. Kakashi's like, this kid is way too powerful for this level of a mission. And he's like, but... And then he would look at Tazna, and then he was like, but... To top it off, this is not a C-rank mission. And Tazna would then proceed to say, what are you talking about? That getting there just took out the two ninjas, so I'm pretty sure it's a C rank. And Kakashi would then proceed to say, no, it's not. Because ninja in general are coming after him, so at most this is a B rank mission. Then Tazna would just say that, fine, you got me. It's just that I don't have the money to, pay for a B rank mission. And then Kakashi would be like, of course. So he was debating on calling for reinforcements. Sasuke was like, I think we got this by ourselves. Sakura would then say, no, we need reinforcements. And then Naruto was like, y'all got me. I'm all the reinforcements you need. And then Kakashi's like, it's true. You are way too powerful for this level of mission anyway. You could have probably done it by yourself, if honesty. So Kakashi ultimately decides against sending a call for backup and proceeds to walk. But the longer they walked, the more foggy it got. And it got so foggy to the point that nobody could really see in front of them. But then everyone's senses start tingling, and, well, Naruto was the first to yell before Kakashi, everybody duck! Everybody ducks as a giant sword swings overhead. and like implants itself in the tree, where Zabuza would then land on the hilt of it, standing up like a badass. Naruto would proceed to draw a sword from the Gate of Babylon. It's a decent sized sword. It's no fancy sword of heaven, nor is it an executioner blade or samihara, but it's just a decent, beautiful looking sword. A sword that can be now I believe the Gate of Babylon would have Excalibur, so yeah. Yeah, it has Excalibur. And let's just say Excalibur was a legendary sword. It's no Seven Swords of the Mist, but it was a legendary sword of the world. And Naruto would just hold out Excalibur towards Zabuza. He's like, Zabuza of the Mist, one of the 7 legendary swordsmen of the Mist. And then Zabuza would be like, ah ha ha, so my reputation precedes me. But he would then look at the sword. He's like, why would a kid have a sword like that? Zabuza would then jump off the executioner blade, picking it up and pointing it towards Naruto. Zabuza could feel a little bit of swordsman spirit coming out from Naruto. He's like, oh, so you're a swordsman, so that's why you have that sword. You must have traveled far and wide to obtain such a treasure. Zabuza would then laugh. Too bad, once I kill you, it'll be mine. Zabuza would then proceed to lunge at Naruto, as Kakashi would get in the way, blocking it with the kunai, kicking him a good distance back. Naruto would almost say, hey, that was... Then he would regain his composure and then just puts the sword in its scabbard on his hip, and then he would just cross his arms. Because Kakashi's like, I got this, and Naruto's like, okay. So, he just stays back to protect Tazuna and make sure this lying old man doesn't get himself killed. But Sasuke would then look at Naruto and try to ask him what is the sword he has, because it seems Zabuza recognizes it. Hell, even Kakashi was kind of shocked when he saw the sword. Tazuna would then tell them that the sword that you have is that the legendary Excalibur. Tazuna would then proceed to tell the legend of Excalibur, being a sword forged in dragon's birth, a sword that can slay an immortal. But he would also question, how does he have it? How do you have a sword like that? A sword that shouldn't even exist? And Naruto would then say, I have my ways. Sasuke would narrow his eyes at Naruto. He'd be like, does he have his... Has he? And then he would be like, there's no way. Probably found it by accident somewhere. He like mumbles it low but loud enough for Tazuna to hear, and Tazuna would be like, you can't find a sword like that by accident. You just can't. It has to be destiny or fate. Besides, that sword can only be wielded by the king. And not just the king, because as we all know, there are, like, the sword chooses its wielder. When Gilgamesh died, the sword Excalibur chose Arthur Pendragon as its next wielder. But, let's just say there was no Arthur Pendragon in this world, or if there is, I will add him/her into it somehow. You know what? It's gonna be Saber, because Saber is technically Arthur Pendragon, especially in Fate Stay Night. So, I'm gonna find a way to add her in later, but that's gonna be later, probably during like Shippuden, probably, or it's gonna be. Oh, never mind, never mind. I got an idea. Anyways, yeah. So Sasuke's now looking at Naruto with such conviction. He's like, how? There's no way he's like this fated destiny king. There's just no way. Like, no way, no how, no wo. Then Kakashi gets trapped in a water prison. Naruto face palms, thinking Kakashi had this, and pretty much knew he had to step up at this point. Sasuke stepped up too, and he'd be like, Sasuke, are you sure about this? Sasuke nods his head like, yeah, I can't let you have all the fun and hog all the glory now, can I? Naruto then chuckles a little bit as he unsheaths Excalibur, points it directly towards the Zabuza water clone, which Zabuza had just made, to like kill the kids in Tazuna. Now, as soon as that Zabuza takes a step, he's already cut in half and turned into a puddle. How? Because Naruto was just that bloody fast. No, yeah, I know I'm making him a tad bit overpowered, but come on. This is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh Naruto. And then Naruto proceeds to open like multiple gates of Babylon and surround Zabuza. Kakashi's like, Bwah! And then Zabuza just releases the jutsu, like just dumbfounded and shocked and scared, and like, I am going to die now. I am going to die. Hell, even Haigu was like, he is dead. There was no way I'm saving him from this one. He is just absolutely dead. Now, by that time, Zabuza then thinks, he's like, there has to be a way out of it. Oh, I know. He can't keep these open forever. It takes, as he tries to sense Naruto's chakra is barely draining. And then he just spit, like, just almost throws up at the realization that he is so screwed. He then thinks, wait a minute, he can't probably shoot him that fast before he finishes a sentence. A ribbon on his face gets, like, cut off. And then he's like, what the hell? And if whatever Naruto shot moves at that speed through every direction that has in every direction possible, Zabuza's like, I am going to die if I stay here. And the second sword shoots out. He tries to dodge, but that thing gets launched directly in his shoulder. Zabuza's like, ah, as he drops the executioner blade. But a golden gate opens directly under it. It's now Naruto's. Zabuza lost the executioner blade. Oof. And then another sword comes from behind him. He tries to substitute out the way as quick as possible, but there is still like this cut in his back. As the wood that he substituted with gets completely annihilated. Zabuza's like, ah, crap. I pissed off the wrong kid. As he looks directly into Naruto's blood red royal eyes. Zabuza's like now shaking in his boots. He's like, oh, what are you? Naruto is like, I am the king of this world. Zabuza would be like, bull! As he throws a kunai at Naruto. Kunai doesn't get anywhere near him as it flies into a gate and then gets shot right back at Zabuza. But much faster. He dodges it because it was, well, slower than it would be because all Naruto did was just catch it in a portal. It was still moving at the same momentum and dropped it from above, and it was gaining speed because it was, well, using gravity to gain speed, obviously. Anyways, Haku would then throw Sinbone and they both would like launch right into the Zabuza's neck, and then he would just faint, being fakely dead. Ugh. Ow, ow, ow. First of all, Naruto, well, not Naruto, but Haku would then jump down and grab Zabuza. He personally didn't think that Zabuza would live. I mean, would you? After going against a monster like this? Nah, fam. That ain't happening now. Now ain't it? Now, as Haku retreats with Zabuza in hand, Tazuna sees a weakened Kakashi and a flabbergasted Sasuke, so he just offers them refuge at his house, per se. Fox, what are you doing here? Hold on. Ay. It takes a little bit, but it takes a little bit because Naruto is technically carrying Sasuke, who is in a state of shock right now. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't be after seeing someone that powerful just manhandle someone and make them fear them? Honestly, Sasuke was scared of Zabuza because of his bloodlust. And then Naruto comes out, has Zabuza scared of him, and now Sasuke's like, what? And it's just, like, absolutely mentally losing his sanity. Because Naruto is, like, leagues stronger than him. And then Sasuke would make it his personal goal to defeat Naruto, because he would think if he cannot defeat Naruto, then he has no chance in hell in being his brother. Now, where the fuck's my food at? They're back in here. Wow. Ay. Guess I'm doing something different. Anyways. All that said, at Tazuna's home, we run into, Koda, I believe is his name. The little boy that plays the Woe Is Me card literally every 5 minutes of the damn day. And Naruto honestly gets fed up with it. And he decides to, talk to him. starts to talk to Koda. He's like, kid, your father was a great man. What would he think of you if he could see you now? Your father died protecting you, protecting your grandfather, protecting your mother. I was his sister, very close to it. He will want you to be strong. He will want you to be able to protect your mother. Now, tell me, why are you, whining? Why are you covering yourself in self-pity? That's not how a man should act. A man is the knight that protects those he care about. If you can't even do that, then how can you call yourself a man? Huh? Now, granted, Koda doesn't necessarily understand what he's talking about because, one, he's a kid. But deep down in his heart, he knows what Naruto is trying to say. He's trying to say, stop pitying yourself. Because pitying yourself won't bring nothing but more depression, more sadness than there needs to be. And so, he would stop pitying himself and would actually look up to Naruto like a big brother. Because, Naruto just gave him his brotherly advice, to be fair. I gotta wait for that water to stop boiling now. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna make freaking Kool-Aid. God damn it. Anyways. Kakashi would then, feeling much better than he was earlier, would proceed to, try to, teach them about chakra control because he saw that they were lacking in it. I mean, regardless, they didn't have to show it, but because, the demon shadow shuriken technique wasn't necessarily needed, honestly. But yeah. Oh boy. Anyways. I'm trying to make some Kool-Aid with one hand. And no, I can't use both hands because I've injured one. There we go. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was, God damn it. Just talking about, life, really. About how Koda will start looking at, not Koda, fuck it, him and Koda pretty much acted the same, he's Koda now, whatever, I don't care if you don't like it, deal with it. Now, Koda would look at, Naruto like, shit. Like a brother. It would look up. But, anyways, Kakashi would wake up and start training Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke in the ways of chakra control. And this time, Naruto gets it within like the first instant. How and why? Because he's a champion. And to be honest, heroes are technically champions that fight for the good of others. Technically, and honestly, they are. But nobody really tries to think of it like that. They just think of them as, fighter characters. Well, the masters are like the supporting characters. Yeah. Now, as the training starts, Naruto, before Kakashi says anything about how to do it, Naruto does it like the next instant. Why? Because, like I said before, he's a champion. And Kakashi's like, you are too good for your own good, kid. And Naruto just proceeds to shrug, almost laugh. He's like, I am king. I am a king. How can I expect those to follow me when I'm weaker than them? And that gains Kakashi's attention, even if a little bit. Then Sakura would get it on her first try, and Sasuke would try at least twice. And then he would get it like the second time around. Now, since they all got that relatively quickly, Kakashi would proceed to train them in the arts of water walking. Why this early? Because he wants to train them in something. And he wants to enjoy seeing them suffer training in something. Because he had to suffer training like that. Why couldn't they suffer training in something like that? Yeah? Anyways. Let's open the door for my dog. Hurry up, Fox. It's cold out. Anyways. Yeah, Kakashi jumps on the water with his crutches and stuff. And is just standing on it, reading a book, like a champion. Per usual. Who knew? Am I right? Anyways. Just clear out all that. Naruto jumps on the water and champions it. Kakashi almost drops his book. He's like, why? Why couldn't you be like her? As Sakura jumps on the water, she falls directly in. And Sasuke's like, I'm not even gonna try, because I know if she didn't get it, like, first go, I ain't gonna get it first go. So. And Naruto's like, nah, I don't know, man, I'm just that good. Kakashi then proceeds to as loud as he can. He's like, why won't you suffer? Ow. Narrator comes in saying, I'm suffering. I have to make this story. Anyways. Now. A few weeks have passed. And everyone's training. Naruto went off, train on his own, because, well, he's already more than aced Kakashi's little chakra control training, and Kakashi's right now is just feeling absolutely salty. Because, well, he's not going to have the joy of watching his entire team suffer for his amusement. Unlike, Asuma, who's just having a blast watching his students keep failing and trying to water walk. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Yes! No more work. I'm doing a lot of I'm doing a lot of things with one hand right now because I'm trying to record. And it's not necessarily easy. But it is good practice. So if I can friggin' get this damn pack in. There we go. Anyways, Naruto was just out in the forest. He actually starts meditating so he can talk with Kurama more. Actually, at this point, he would know about Kurama's name, and he would learn a little bit about the Sage of Six Paths. Hell, Kurama would even allow Naruto to use a little bit more of his chakra, so Naruto can, like, now use the first tail cloak relatively easily. He can do it easily and on command now. With pushing the second tail cloak a little bit. Now, God friggin' God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with light from above. Anyways. There goes a little bit of my singing talent for those of you that enjoy that. Don't judge me. Anyways. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was cooking. And I was wondering what else while I'm talking. What? Yeah. So, Naruto was meditating. Talking with Kurama, he can now use the first tail cloak relatively easy while pushing the second tail cloak. And yes, Kurama does respect friggin' crap, I forget. Why'd I forget? Yes, Kurama does respect Gilgamesh as a best friend, but to be honest, his chakra is still going to be difficult to control, regardless. Like, seriously. Come on. It's his chakra. The more you use it, the more him you're going to be. And to top it off, this is the full power of Kurama. It's not going to be like half weakened Kurama. So he can control first tail relatively easy. As if it were half power Kurama, he would be able to do 2 to 3 tails easily, pushing 4. But it's not, so he can do 1 tail pushing 2. This is with full power Kurama, by the way, so. Alright. He doesn't really see Gilgamesh anymore, because, well, he's already trained with Gilgamesh. He's done all the necessary training. Gilgamesh has now technically fused with Naruto by this point, becoming full, complete in one. But that doesn't mean that he has gained that power boost yet. Gilgamesh's soul still has to like fully combine with Naruto first beforehand. And because that hasn't happened yet, that Naruto still has to like wait a little bit. Wait a little bit for that power boost to come, but that power boost is gonna come soon. Don't worry about it. As I get bread out to let it unthaw. God damn it. I don't think there's any more bread that's out either. Double damn it. Anyways. Fuck, freaking pain. Anyways. Now it's the little bridge fight with Zabuza and Haku. Naruto is still going to be late because I'm gonna say he fell asleep No. Scratch that. Retcon that all the way right now. Naruto meets Haku during his little nap. because he fell asleep meditating for so long that he, forgets. And Haku was thinking about, ending this man's entire career right here, right now. But before he could do that, Naruto wakes up with, a sword directly at Haku's throat. Haku couldn't even, react, and this would be a first. And Haku's like, this is the first one to move faster than me. What's going on? Am I even here right now? Is this a dream? And Naruto would proceed to say, no, it is not a dream. Then he would open his eyes, look directly at Haku, and then he would say, who are you? And why did you try to sneak up on me? Haku would proceed to think Naruto doesn't know that he's the rogue. He, it, she, helicopter, whatever, is the rogue from the time they met. So they, it, she, he, helicopter would then proceed to act like, I don't know. Fuck. What does a helicopter act like? Huh? Jesus. Anyways, they act like a normal person. And Naruto would then proceed to, be, as he would let the sword disappear into a puff of golden, dust. Haku would be interested and he would think that it's, some type of summoning jutsu, or he has, a seal on him somewhere, where he's, storing all them weapons. Naruto would then proceed to say, ha! But, no, Naruto doesn't read minds, just so you know. Haku thinks that, but Haku doesn't know that it's not that. Anyways, as we begin to come out about this, Haku would then leave and would, Haku would ask this question: do you have anybody that you want to protect? Naruto would then say, yes, actually. I have followers. People that I know I can lead. People that I care for to protect. After all, I am the king. If I cannot protect my subjects, what kind of king would I be? Haku would chuckle. It's not the answer they wanted, but it was a good enough answer. Haku would then proceed to leave, and Haku would then say that, actually, I'm a boy. Naruto, bullshit. You are a helicopter. Haku would then say, no, I'm a girl. Naruto would then say, like I said, helicopter. Haku would then say, just call me what you want. Alright, it. Then Haku would facepalm at the name just given. Because Haku is now an it. For now and forever. Now, this video has been going on for 2 hours. I don't know if I should cut off here and save a good little bit for later, which I know I'm going to do anyway. So, I'm not going to cut it off here. I'm going to let the bridge thing happen. Then I'm going to cut it off. Where? You'll never know. Anyways. Having that good bit down and out the way, the bridge fight finally happens. While I'm waiting for my food to cook. Oh, it looks like it's tearing up the skin. Anyways. Naruto was still late. Why? Because Haku interrupted his nap and he was still technically half asleep. And you always have to have the main character be fashionably late. But in this case, he's going to literally be fashionably late. Now, as things are looking grim and gray, Sasuke trapped in the little dome of mirrors, Kakashi fighting Zabuza and mist that he cannot see, we have this golden light shine above the place. Everyone stops fighting to look that direction. Then we see Naruto, hands crossed, face up at the skies, eyes glowing red, looking down upon his enemies. Both enemies and allies alike. Like he's a god. Then he has like 500 gold gates open up behind him as he like sends a barrage of multiple swords at both Haku and Zabuza. He makes sure to miss and not hit Kakashi, Sakura, Tazuna, the bridge workers, or Sasuke, as the swords literally shatter the glass mirrors that Haku kept Sasuke trapped in. And Zabuza doesn't have his executioner blade to block the sword, so he has to dodge. And then out of nowhere, his executioner blade like lands right in front, not right in front of him, but like it like pierces him straight through the heart. And like Zabuza's like, how about that? Killed by my own partner. Just stumbles backwards to the edge of the bridge, then falls off into the water. The executioner blade like disappears and returns back to the gate. And then last mirror was shattered, and well, Haku just gets sent flying out the other end. Why? Because I'm pretty sure Haku would be trapped in another dimension if he didn't. I imagine that happening. Haku would then look for Zabuza, but notice like a lot of blood right there. Kakashi is still fine. Tazuna is still fine. Sakura is still fine. Haku then pieces the pieces together. Zabuza was dead. Haku falls on its knees. Then a sword like knocks the mask, like just flies right by the mask, chips it. Then the mask cracks and shatters, revealing a crying Haku. Haku then commits Senpo or Haku and pretty much off itself right there. But before it could, another sword smacks the kunai out of its hands. And then Naruto would just jump off the whatever high position he was on, looking like a god, and lands right in front of Haku. Naruto would then say, if you want to follow someone that much, follow me. Naruto would then keep saying that I will give you a reason to keep fighting. You don't have to just fight because one person wants you to fight to become a tool. Fight for others. Fight to protect. Don't fight to just kill to gain the attention of the one you respect most. Although Haku was still like stupidly loyal to Zabuza even after death, Naruto then says that you don't have to forget him. Just live and keep living for his and your sake. Right then and there, Haku, finally, after a couple hours of convincing and talking, and Naruto being a true king, leader, etc., Haku then swears loyalty to Naruto. And is now Naruto's, like, personal assassin. But, yeah. That incident's over. Haku joins Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi. Sasuke has awakened the Sharingan. Okay? Yes, I know he didn't really awaken it until Naruto joined in, but come on. Come on. I have to give this dude some sort of power up, or else he'll just be left in the dust. And as we all know, Naruto and Sasuke are both the strongest in their respective time. So, it's either this, or Sasuke becomes useless. Because this was one of the main points when Sasuke actually awakens the Sharingan. But to be fair, he actually had awakened it during the massacre of his entire family. To be fair, he just could never reawaken it. So, putting that into effect, Sasuke had both of his ass had like one Tomo, so with this, both of his ass are gonna have two Tomo. Why am I pushing them up that far? Because Naruto is already gonna be like millions of years stronger than him anyway. I mean, just being fair, again. Anyways, those 5 leave. Kakashi still doubts that Haku is like loyal to Naruto. Haku has Haku's ninja way is to never go back on those he promises loyalty to, which we all know because like even when Zabuza semi betrays him, he doesn't like stop following Zabuza. Because, well, Zabuza did save him. You gotta give him that. I think my food's done. I'm not sure. Anyways. This bread has to unthaw first. Before anything else. Anyways. As they all leave, head back to the village. Kazuma names the bridge the Great Naruto Bridge. Or the Great Bridge of Great King Naruto, or whatever I don't know what to call it. And how about that? I was gonna leave it off right here. For those of you that are still watching my channel, if you do. And if there's anyone that is watching, because according to YouTube's analytics, I have more people that are watching that is not subbed. And, well, if you do sub, I will make it worth their while. I will try to make it worth their while. And speaking of, only reason I'm making this video, like, longer than my longest video, which is, I believe, about an hour 50, is because I haven't recorded in so long that I had to put this out there for y'all. So please, if you haven't, like, comment, subscribe if you can. And, well, I guess I'm gonna put a like goal for this video. If this video gets a whopping 10 likes, I will go ahead and put out another part to this what if, as well as redo a few of my older what-ifs, because I have more knowledge, I'm going to make them differently, and they're all going to be more fan-based. So please. That is it, guys. Baka Boy out.